The following is the audio recording of a quantum healing hypnosis treatment session done on February 2018. The patient describes his past life with references to Adam and Eve and their evolution throughout our history. In addition to this, you will listen to his higher self give advice on questions he had plus more. We hope you enjoy this session.
You see a waterfall?
Yes.
What?
Vines.
Mm-hmm.
It's got rocks and it's very green.
Okay. Beautiful. Can you hear the sound of the waterfall? As you...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. What else can you tell me that you see around you?
I'm at floor level at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I can see above. And I look up and it's a sphere, but there's a crack in the sphere.
So you see a sphere up in the sky?
Yes.
Tell me about the sphere.
It's got a crack in the middle.
It has a crack in the middle.
Yeah.
Does that sphere moving, or is it just there?
It's just there.
And does it have a color?
Black.
It's a black sphere.
No. The outside is black and purple.
Black and purple. Does it have a pattern, or just the two colors being blended together?
Blended together.
Mm-hmm.
But inside the sphere is a bubble of beautiful protection. It's beautiful.
Beautiful protection. Can you connect with this light sphere?
I'm inside the sphere right now.
You are now inside the sphere. So describe for me what it is that you see there.
I'm in a sphere of, it's like a bubble. It's all clear, it's crystalline. The waterfall's in here. Everything's beautiful in here. But when I look all the way up, I could see that we're in a globe, like a snow globe. And there's a crack in the snow globe.
Mm-hmm. And is that crack a large crack?
It's enough to see it. Yeah,
so do you see what's outside through the crack?
Yeah, I see it. It looks like space. It's black and purple.
I see. So tell me a little bit more about these spheres that are like big, or is it just a little bit bigger than the size of... How big is it? How in comparison?
It's not too large. It's like about the size of a building, but it's not large. It's just...
And inside is the waterfall?
Yeah, it's a waterfall. It's crystals.
It's crystals. The water feels like it's made out of crystals?
Yeah, it's all crystal.
Wow, so they are crystals. The water is crystals?
Yes, the waterfall.
Beautiful.
All crystal.
So what noise does it make when it reaches the bottom? Does it make like a crackling noise? What kind of sound does it make?
It sounds like glacier, ice crashing each other. But it's not very violent. It's all peaceful.
Okay. So tell me more. What else do you see aside? You say some vines?
Yeah, it's like a jungle mixed with this waterfall on the horizon. It's beautiful.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the vegetation. Describe that for me.
It's vines, green. It's very Gaia. It's very organic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a combination of organic with crystal, meeting each other and living in harmony.
What color is the vegetation?
It's very green.
It's vivid green? It's
vivid
very
green.
Strong.
Green with a little bit of dark soil on it.
Mm-hmm. Are there anyone else there with you?
Looking around. No, but I sense that there's a woman that lives with me in this bubble. It's a bubble.
Okay. Do you sense her, or can you physically look around and see if you can locate her?
Let's see. I guess I can sense her, but...
And when you sense her, what comes to mind for you?
A warrior. She's a warrior like me. We
Okay.
live in a bubble and we help each other survive.
Okay. 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 So you feel you're also a warrior?
Yes.
Okay. And what I want you then to do, so I want you to take a look at your feet and describe those feet for me.
Bare feet. I'm not wearing any shoes.
Describe those
Very, not Neanderthal, but very manly. Very, as if I walk on the ground a lot. I have very minimal clothing. It's very green. It's made of leaves, and I have clothes made of plants. Like what I'm wearing is all like organic.
Organic. Okay, so as you're describing it and you're looking at yourself, you're wearing like a very minimal clothing made out of organic things that are from around there.
Yes.
Do you feel that you're male or female?
I'm male.
You're male. You feel young or old?
About 40, 35.
Okay. I'd like you to also take the time to describe for me your features.
I can see my face. It's very Neanderthalish. It's not pretty to our standards. It's very. It looks like like a monkey mixed with a man, but it's more man, humanoid. It's more of a man in a primitive state, and so is the woman. The woman is very primitive.
Okay.
Very primitive.
Okay. And so, as you're looking at her, can you describe her for me?
Yeah, she's not wearing makeup for sure. She looks like she's always sweating, always running. She's got mud on her. She's got long hair, but the hair is not blow dried. It's just very, what's the word? Very primitive. They both look very primitive. Okay. She has a necklace. It's a bones on her necklace.
Okay.
Like little bones, and she wears them. Again, she's organically dressed. She has a sphere. The top of the sphere is a bone, like a big fang or something to kill. When I see her, she's like on a tree branch, so she must have just come back from scouting or hunting or something.
Okay, very good. What else can you see as you explore this place you find yourself in? What are your first impressions? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
The thought that comes to mind is the fact that how do we have such organic outfits, and yet the waterfall's crystal. It doesn't make sense because we're such primitive organic creatures, yet we have to stare at this waterfall every day and wonder, like, why is it crystal and why not us?
Okay, so that's what's going. So what I want you to do is, aside from the female warrior, do you feel that she's your your mate, your partner, or what relation do you feel you have with her?
She's my partner. She's my, not truly, I guess I love her, but I don't know what love is as much. What I can tell you is she's my survivor partner.
Okay.
We've formed a partnership to survive as long as we need each other.
Okay, very good. Are there any other things that you see around inside that sphere?
Just everything's beautiful. Near the waterfalls, the beauty is near the waterfall.
Tell me about it.
There's butterflies. There's rocks where you can walk towards the water is very clear, yet there's still crystals nearby.
Okay. And as you look down in the water, is there life inside the water?
Yes, there's fish.
There's fish there? Describe those fish.
Multicolored, look like a koi. Very beautiful. Everything beautiful is attracted to the waterfall, as opposed to everything of stress and work and sacrifice and blood and tears is closer to the green, organic side.
Beautiful. So I want you to close that scene, leave that scene, and I'd like you to move forward to the place where you live, in the life that we're now viewing, the place where you eat and sleep, where you're going there, drifting and floating, floating and drifting. We are now there. I'd like you to look on the outside of it and describe it in detail for me. How does this place look like?
I'm nearby the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear it.
Okay.
I live in like some kind of hut.
What is it made of?
It's from the tree. It's a tree house.
Okay, so you actually live up, and is it on the ground or?
It's a little, yeah, I could feel myself elevated, yes.
Elevated, okay, so
like
describe the place.
It's very brown, it's organic.
Uh-huh.
It has more brown than anything on the outside. I guess on the inside there's what we need, like little brown baskets with, I guess, fruits and things that we collect, and
okay.
It's open area where there's no such thing as a room. It's wherever you want to sleep. It's wherever you want to eat. It's just one big acorn. It looks like a big acorn.
It looks like a big acorn. Very good. And so you put in there like the things that you would like to eat and things that you're collecting then, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about some of those things that you find in that basket.
Big giant fruit, like big giant mango, bananas. One basket is for fruits. Mm-hmm. Another basket is for vegetables, like vegetation.
I see. Okay.
Another basket would be where we collect our weapons. And another basket is our jewelry and our clothing.
So describe the weapons that you have in that basket. What are some of those items that you can see?
It's all organic. It's sticks with teeth of like fangs that serve as the thing. A lot of white bones. A lot of bones is the weapons.
And you said that then the other one is like jewelry?
Yeah, there's one that's like our accessories and
tell me about that.
I open it. I could see a couple of different outfits.
Uh-huh.
One of the outfits is for her. It's like a nice white dress for like a special occasion.
And what is it made of? I mean, does it look like an actual dress or?
It's made of almost like a silk. It looks very Egyptian. It looks nice. It looks like something a goddess would wear.
Okay. So it's beautiful. So does it look like it's made out of a fabric, like a clothing fabric?
Yes, it does. It's white. Looks like a very nice fabric.
Uh-huh.
It has gold.
Does it have like the trim is gold or?
No. Certain parts of the dress is gold, like the belt part.
I see.
And the wrists. It's for a special occasion.
Okay. What else do you see?
I see feathers. I see just accessories.
Accessories.
So she can look pretty for special occasions.
For special occasions. Do you see anything for you there? Or?
Maybe just
try to find an item that you would be using for yourself.
I don't think it's there. Maybe like a. I don't think that's my basket. Let me look in another basket.
Okay.
All right, I'll open up another basket. Let me see. It's very empty. I don't think the man cares how he looks.
Okay.
And that's why they have issues sometimes. Okay. Is that he can care less how ugly he is, and she wants him to look more like her, and there's a disagreement.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I'm a survivalist. I just need what I need. I don't understand why she needs to look pretty for. I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm. Do you not enjoy when she makes herself more presentable?
No, I do enjoy it. I
Right.
find her even prettier than before.
Exactly. So I think she's looking for the same thing in you. And you can look better. Even if it's just for a little while,
Yeah, that's true.
I would say. As you enjoy beauty, so does she. Very good. So how do you, what do you do the majority of the time? I like you to see yourself doing that and describing that for me.
I do a lot of roaming around the jungle,
Mm-hmm.
roaming around and understanding where we're at. I'm a critical thinker. I'm trying to piece together why we're in this perfect bubble of a sphere when I can see a crack. There's a lot of thoughts. Like I can think of why the crack is there, why the crystalline waterfall, but yet everything else is not crystalline. It's organic. It's green. Why
Mm-hmm.
do we look the way we look, and why do other animals look the way they look?
Okay. So do you, um, um, when you are scouting, did you actually scout? Just what is the purpose for you to do that? You looking for food, or is there any other living animals or creatures or anything that also share this place with you? You mentioned the fish in the water by the waterfall. Tell me a little bit more about some of other lives that share this figure.
There's a bear-looking moose. It's huge. It's what we eat.
So you hunt for that animal and
Well, she's the one that coordinates the hunt.
okay,
I'm the one that comes in, kills it, and does the rest. I'm the
okay.
closer.
And how do you normally do that? Do you use the sphere or is it anything else that you use to be able to hunt this animal?
She uses a sphere. I use a dagger, and I'm the one that cuts the throat
I see.
and gets the food.
Okay. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about is that the main thing that you do? Or are there something else? Tell me a little bit more.
There's something else. While I tell her I'm going out to look for food,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm just I need time away from her. I need to think about more than just the jungle.
Uh-huh.
So I start questioning everything. I'm the one that questions, where she's the one that thinks it's stupid and she just wants to look pretty, but I'm the one that questions existence. And I take that time away to act like I'm going to go hunt, but I'm really just trying to piece together some kind of puzzle or something that I feel is not right.
Okay. So, what goes through your mind when you are, how do you do that? As you walk or do you find a place to do?
I walk and I just I piece together everything, but the biggest worry on my mind right now is the crack on the top of the sphere where we live.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that there's something dark and purple back behind that.
And what does that make you feel? What are some of those thoughts that
My
you have?
my personality is like a Neanderthal, so I'm a survivalist at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not existential. What it is, it's more like I just want to know what's is that something we are going to need to fight, or it's a survivor mode. I don't
Mm-hmm.
see that as more. It's not philosophical. It's more like, should I worry about that coming to hurt us?
Okay. Okay. How do you communicate with her?
There's dialogue. We speak. Very
Uh,
primitive. It's a lot of sign
do you use
language.
words or sounds
Yeah,
or?
we use words and some words and some sounds, but I remember more of the fighting because the fighting is more intense. Therefore, the arms move and there's facial disgust and anger. So I actually enjoy fighting with her because it's helping push our communication even further.
Mm-hmm. You feel you communicate better that you push those limits farther out to find better ways to express how you each feel.
Yes, and without fighting, we wouldn't be able to evolve our communication.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And is there anything more that you would like to share from where you are right now?
I keep looking at the crack,
Crack.
and I just feel like
I'd like you to tell me a little bit more about the crack. You said that when through the crack you see something that is both black and purple,
mm-hmm.
and it's like a mist, or is it like solid, or is it like, have you seen anything else but those colors there as that crack? And is it like up high in the sphere?
Up high.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's outer space. I feel like we're not being told anything. We're being kept in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
We're being kept in this protective bubble of crystalline and just
I see.
and I'm not sold on anything. I need to know what
Mm-hmm.
is that and why, what can fall
That
through it.
something is triggering, that something doesn't feel right. That
Something doesn't feel
just
right.
doesn't. It's not natural.
It's not natural, no.
Okay. And all right. So then, what comes to your mind? Have you always been there, or do you have memories where you were as you were growing up?
As well growing up, I feel like I was maybe placed there.
Mm-hmm.
I was placed there maybe younger. I could see myself younger. I could see myself
Okay.
as a boy, 12 years old,
Uh-huh.
sitting by some rocks, and it's not as green, but the crystal waterfall's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where she's at, but I know I see myself there.
Okay. So as far as you remember, was she the only person that you comes to mind that you have run that is like you?
Yep, as far as I remember, there's no other humans.
Okay. Now allow yourself, leave that scene, and allow yourself to drift and float away from that scene. We're looking for another important day in this life that we are viewing now, when something important is happening. We're now moving to another time in the life that we are now viewing. Tell me, what do you see?
Like a little bird, a big bird came.
Tell me about it. You said that it came and left, or?
No, it's an arrival. It's like a phoenix.
Tell me, describe that bird.
It entered through the crack.
Okay.
It's a beautiful red bird, and the red bird is telling us that we're trapped in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bubble, and that the crack is our way out if we want to go with it, and if not, we can stay. But I'm asking more information about what's beyond the crack because I've never learned about it. Birds saying it's outer space. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to get on its back and it'll just drive us out of there. Um, Came to free us.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it communicating with you? Is it making sound, or is it telepathically communicating with you?
It's telepathic.
Telepathic.
It's a red bird, very ancient looking, huge, knowledgeable.
So the feather, does it have feathers?
Yeah, it's different colors.
Different colors.
It's a red bird. The feathers are black. There's some gold. There's some blue. There's some green. There's some yellow. It's almost like the bird is wearing a costume. It doesn't feel natural. Like, it just feels like the bird is just like really pretty, but I don't know if that's how those birds look, but has a costume.
Mm-hmm. So, how much larger is it than you?
Much larger.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're in a bubble, and when we think we're large, we're actually tiny, tiny. And
Okay.
this bird is just pretty large.
It's pretty large. And what are you saying to the bird?
I'm asking you questions. I'm trying to discern it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this bird could be a liar. Our whole lives we've been at peace, so you're selling me on something that I'm letting go of my peace
Mm-hmm.
to find something that I don't even know what you're talking about. We're primitive. We don't understand what you're talking about. And the bird is very patient with us. It's almost like I'm questioning its intentions because, you're why are you here? Like, why do you want to free
Mm-hmm.
us?
Yes, yes. And do you resonate? Does it feel like what the bird is saying is the truth?
Yeah, it does because I couldn't never telepathically. He's telling me
Is it taking you into the space or another planet? What are some of the questions that you're asking and it's telling you that it's going to take you?
yeah, I'm asking for proof or why should I go, and he's telling me telepathically. Um, we know that you ask questions all the time when you walk around, and the crack, and you've always wondered about the crack, and why do you have to be dressed in organic and green costumes, and the waterfall gets to be crystal, and you realize that there's something more, and I'm here to kind of guide you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And does it tell you where it is that it feels that you should be?
All it just tells me is just to trust it, get on its back, and we're gonna ride through the crack that's broken into whatever the void of that black and purple stuff is.
Okay, so it was telling you that it's not safe to be there for you, or
No, it's telling me that I'm not free. I'm being imprisoned.
okay.
Yeah.
So at this time, are you on going to go with the bird?
There's a argument between me and the woman I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to go. I want to go. One of us ends up going. It's me. I go. She stays behind.
She's staying behind. I'd like you now then to
I think she stays behind and she becomes Gaia. I think she becomes Mother Earth. She stays behind and I leave.
I see. So tell me a little bit, let's fast forward that scene and see what happens next.
I can see her staying behind and she's sad, she's miserable. She's thinking I should have gone with him. I miss him. And now she's starting to really appreciate me. She didn't appreciate me as much, but now she's crying and she's very, very sad. She becomes from a human, whatever primitive form, she becomes into branches, she becomes into the tree, and she becomes into roots, and she goes into the soil because she's so lonely, she has no one. She's into the soil, and that bubble that we once lived starts fixing itself, and the crack is no more. There's no more crack in there.
I see.
She's embodied the planet where she was stuck, and she gave it life, and now it's bigger. It's not a bubble anymore. There's no more crystal waterfall, and now it's just water. Um, the jungle is still there, but she's now in the ground.
I see. So she's become
the
planet.
She's become the planet, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And where do you find yourself? Are you seeing this happen as you were leaving? This took place right after you left, or
I can always watch her now. Where
do you find yourself now?
I find myself still riding with the phoenix. We are spirit. We are one. But I find myself constantly checking up on her. It's like looking into a glass snow globe. I can see her.
You can always check.
I can always check on her, but she's she doesn't look up. She looks into what world she's in because that's all she has.
Mm.
She never wanted to know more, so she created a world that only knows what she knows. She doesn't know about me, but she just remembers that we flew away and she had a chance to fly away, but she stayed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she knows.
Okay. In this time that you've been with this phoenix, are you always flying, or what's the purpose? I want you to take a look at yourself, and I want you to describe yourself for me now.
Um, okay, now I'm wearing I'm older, much older. White beard, very old. I'm wearing all white. I can describe it like the cartoons have like Zeus. The phoenix is one with me. I'm one with the phoenix. I
So you
ride.
become, have you connected with
Um,
this bird?
yeah, I've connected on so many levels. Even though we're separate, we are one. I ride the phoenix throughout the galaxy, understanding and learning all throughout the galaxy different information. I see that there's so much vastness. It's ridiculous. But I always check back up on I guess Gaia. I always check up on her. I always make sure she's okay. And
Do you feel that this is the Gaia that name comes to mind?
yeah, I do.
Okay.
I check up on her. I love
Okay.
her.
Okay.
I'm very sorry that I never showed her how I really loved her until I left. It's very funny to me, but it's the way I cope with things.
Yeah.
I miss her.
Okay. And as you said that it was that the bird at when you first met this phoenix, that it looked like it was like a costume. So what do you now that you are part of it? What exactly is this phoenix? Who is this bird?
This bird has been around way longer than we have. It's an ancient bird. It rides into distress and it knows about slavery, it knows about master slavery, and it tries to free slaves. It's recognized that my partner and I were slaves, and it gave us a chance to ride off out of the slavery that we were in, the imprisonment that we were in, and it it doesn't leave my side. It thinks I'm at this point. We're one. I ride it kind of like you would see a horse being not with a saddle, but with the
And you go through space? Is that
yeah.
how it is?
We ride through space. Ah, it's beautiful. I mean, it's really cool. I mean,
How do you feel as you are doing that?
a smile on my face every time. It's
Your
beautiful.
freedom and just really
Freedom, knowledge,
yeah.
knowing that I didn't have to be afraid. That this is all belongs to us. It's this void. It's all of us.
And all this time, have you ever gone into a planet to live there, or have you found yourself, oh, not a need to eat or you know physically feed your body or anything like that?
There's no food.
No food.
We ride around.
Have you
There's
ever
no
stopped in
time.
different planets and explored them,
Yeah,
or
we have.
would you view them from from afar?
We viewed several planets. There's one that's green, gas. It's very watery. It's like gassy but watery, and
Mm-hmm.
it's fun for us. We just go on adventures. If I can describe this, it's like being little and you have a best friend and you guys go on adventures all the time. There's no time. There's no curfew. There's no food. I mean, there's endless exploring.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever when you communicated? Do you ask if there's others like himself, or is he the only one?
It's so big that I'm the only one because it's so big. But I'm sure there's others. There's others.
Mm-hmm.
There's others. But it's just so big. You don't understand. Like every time you think it's big, it's bigger. It gets bigger, and it's just a lot of space to explore, and just the planets themselves are living. So we are in experience.
Are these planets that you've been in, do they have other types of lives in there as well, or are they just like pretty much bare and just nature, or have you found other types of animals or other types of beings living in there?
This one planet I can think of is green. It's very vapory. There can't be any life. It's just too vapory. But the vapor is light. It's alive. The planet is alive.
Okay.
And I can only imagine that if Gaia is alive, she was once a form. Therefore, this planet was also once probably a form. So everything that I encounter is alive. It's just not human.
Okay. And you said that you find yourself that you have gotten, that you have aged. So you have a white beard, and you're wearing like Roman times, those types of clothing. Is that what it is?
Yeah, like a toga, like something to cover me lightly.
Okay.
I do look like God. I mean, if you can describe it, I look like him.
So tell me a little bit when you go inside and you ask yourself, what is your name, or what do you feel that you are? What answer comes to mind?
I don't necessarily get a name. I get something where they give me something that I might know it as. He just refers to, I guess, Zeus.
Zeus?
Yeah. Okay. But it's not like his name. He's just giving me something that I would feel comfortable, like recognizing him from like probably my time, like movies or something. Okay. He just says, I don't have a name. I've never been given a name. Okay. I don't need a name, but if I have to make you feel comfortable, I'll just give you Zeus, because it's kind of cool, like how Zeus is, like very powerful and all-knowing, and he feels right now at the time, he feels all powerful.
How this is how you feel?
Yeah, all powerful and all-knowing, like I know a lot.
Cool. Is there anything more that I haven't asked that you feel you want to share?
Let me see. He still cares a lot about Gaia.
Is there a way that he could find to communicate with her?
Yeah, he wants to replicate. He wants to give her another opportunity. He wants to break the sphere again. He wants to put a crack in it. Mm-hmm. He thinks that he thinks like an engineer, like reverse engineer. Okay. How did he get saved? There was a crack, and through the crack the phoenix came. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to see how he can help the crack happen again, because she fixed it. Something fixed it. Mm-hmm. So he wants to give her one more shot, where he comes through the crack and explains through his journeys what he's learned. And look, you can trust me. I love you. I miss you. Would you come back with me, and we'll go explore together this universe.
Okay. So I'd like you now to close that scene, and I'd like you to move forward to the next scene where something important, either an event, a celebration, when something important is happening in the life that we are now viewing. I'd like you to move now to that moment in time, drifting and floating, floating and drifting. We are now there.
Okay.
Tell me what is taking place.
She's all I can think about. The phoenix and I are right above the globe or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the phoenix is, anything I say, the phoenix wants to do. The phoenix has good ethics, good morals. Mm-hmm. So do I now. Now that I have learned what I have learned, I am one with the phoenix. And we look down, and we're getting to work. We're starting to punch a crack. Mm-hmm. The phoenix is using its beak. Okay. I guess I'm using my fists or my head or whatever to kind of free Gaia, and not just free her, but come back in and come back down and tell her, hey, I love you, I miss you. Are you ready to leave?
Okay. So I want you to find yourself already in there.
Okay.
And
Okay.
tell me, what do you see? What is inside the sphere now?
All right. So the phoenix and I are rising down from the crack. We made it. We're slowly flying down. It's kind of like very heavenly, and Gaia sees us, and she looks up at us, and she's like a tree.
She looks like a tree?
Yeah, like a fallen tree.
Mm-hmm.
She's on the floor, slanted and looking up. She was sad, and this is the first time she looks happy. And we come flying down, and she recognizes me. She recognizes the phoenix, and
Is she able to move, or?
No, she's like a tree that has fallen and it can't get itself up. Even though she's made of the entire planet, like the roots, her trunk is where her face is, and there's light in there, but it's very sad. And she has light, but she looks sad. And we come down, and first thing I'm telling her, when we come down, my thing is hello, just like a funny hello. And she doesn't recognize me. She's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, I'm different. I evolved. I needed that. I needed to get out of here. I needed to see what else was out here. I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I found something. I found myself. This whole time, we were God. You were God. And the only way to explore it is by getting out of this bubble. And that's how you find God. You find yourself. And she can't believe it. She was like, "No, I don't believe it." I told her, "Believe it. Like, look how happy I am. Did I ever look this happy? Did I ever look this beautiful?" She's like, "No, you're right." And I tell her, "I'm here. You know why I'm here?" She's like, "Yeah." I say, "I want to bring you back. Let's explore. Let's get out of here." She's like, "I can't. I've fallen, and there's no way you love me. I'm miserable. I look ugly. I've fallen." I said, I don't care how you look. I love you. So it brings hope for the first time to her. Um, she has children that she's made by herself, and the children are everywhere. They're like little ants. I see them and I tell them, your children can stay here. They don't have to. They don't have to be. We don't have to take them against their will. They don't want to leave. They don't have to. They're like little ants. We see them as little ants carrying flowers and carrying little fruits, and they're just like ants. Our humans are ants at this point. Um, and she's thinking about it. She doesn't want to leave them. She's in love with them. She's been so lonely for so long that she's created these little ant humans and she's the mother. She's a mom. And she's telling me I can't leave them. I can't leave them. And I'm saying to her, what if you give me one night to we leave one night. I'll show you as much as I can. I'll bring you back in the morning. She agrees to this. I grab her by the branch, which is her hand, and as soon as I do that, immediately she turns back into what she used to be, which is this very primitive, almost naked woman. I said, come on, let's fly. So we get on the phoenix together, and she's behind me holding on, and we're riding the phoenix through the crack, and we're out of the crack. And the first thing she says is, well, but my children. I say, don't worry, you gave me a night. I'm of ethics. I'm of values. I'm going to keep my values. I'm going to bring you back in one night. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't lie to you. You know me. She goes, okay, I believe you. So we start flying out of the crack, and she's lit up. She's lit up. Oh, man. She's tearing, and she can't believe what she's seeing. And now she starts to question everything. Before, she never questioned anything. She had blind faith.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's questioning, okay, why was I in the crack? I mean, why was I in the bubble? Why was why? That's all she can say is why. And then the Phoenix and I would take her through the different planets and take her throughout to see the different stars, just to see everything.
Okay.
And she's beautiful now. Now she's no longer primitive. Now she's just looking. She's beautiful. She has not white hair, but it's white blonde crystal hair. She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She has a white toga like me now. It's funny because everything is manifesting through emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You can manifest anything through your emotions. It's your heart. So her heart is now pure and crystal and happy. So now she looks pure and crystal and happy.
Beautiful.
She's beautiful. I'm beautiful. The phoenix, it chooses not to be crystal. It just wants to be.
Does the phoenix still look red, or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
said that he has also had different colors?
Yeah, he's still in his costume. He's still red. He still has his feathers, black, green, yellow, and I'm gonna ask now, why? Uh, it's to remind him where he came from. So he's always humble, and he always knows that the mission is to free as many people that are captive in these bubbles and these little spheres, and he just wants to remember that he's ancient, like he's been around so long that he's his his motivation is looking in outward and seeing the costume and saying, "Oh, I remember. I'm here for that purpose."
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. I'd like you to close that scene now. And let's move forward to the end of this life. The life that we're viewing now.
Okay.
Now before you transition, want you to tell me what is taking place, what is happening.
I'm sitting on the moon, on Earth's moon. This is new. I'm sitting there in Indian style, and I feel like Gaia's near me. Oh,
She's there with you at
yeah,
this moment, okay?
yeah. We're sitting there, and this moon is different. We didn't bring this moon. We now look at each other and we understand that the moon is artificial.
I see.
There's while we were out, see, one day, one night, I promised her one night, but for the ants, the smaller people, the humans, no, one night was very long. You be careful what you wish for, because we calculate one night, but the humans, the smaller beings living on Earth, it was thousands, millions, millions of years. And we made a mistake. Now we're sitting on this moon Indian style, and we made a mistake. We made a mistake. Something artificial. It created. Now we see Saturn. We see Mars. We see so much.
You see all these different planets that
that wasn't there before. No.
I see.
No, it's all artificial. It's brought.
The moon that you're in is artificial?
Yeah, it's our moon. It's not even round. No, it's all artificial. We're making up a plan how to save. She's very invested in them. How can we save them? So we look. There's still a crack. It's only big enough for her. She decides to go back in, and I decide to watch from the outside and protect her with the phoenix, and bring the the manifestation of protection from the outside while she goes back inside. So she got into the crack, and whatever is controlling this earth now has seen the crack, and they're not happy. But they know she's too powerful to beat. They're not going to fight her. What they do is they close the crack permanently. They do it through a hologram. The crack will always be there, but there's a hologram that makes it look like it's there's no crack. I can see that there's.
And who is it that is covering that crack?
It's a black cube, some kind of inorganic, organic, artificial
I
intelligence.
see. Okay.
It's very smart, but it's not God. It's very smart. It's not God.
Mm-hmm. Is it one or is it many?
It came as a cube. It's a black cube with some gold yellowish lines on it. But when it came down, it's like ooze, liquid. When it came down to earth through the crack, it spilled black liquid everywhere. And this liquid is the ego. It is the control, is the fear. It's I can tell it's artificial. It doesn't. It knows that it's not real, so it found the planet so beautiful, because Gaia had made it alive, and he found that it had no one watching it. It was like the perfect crime. It's really not its fault. Almost, he was looking, observing every planet that it can go into, and it found a planet with life, had no observer, had no God, it had no watcher, and he's like, this is perfect, I'm gonna go, this is my planet. So it, maybe not on purpose, but it took a hostile takeover. It came down, and when it came down, it was just like a big boom, and all the earth inhabitants
But
praised it.
weren't this already existing prior to when either one of you left?
No, this never existed. No,
it wasn't. The crack. Okay.
you're right, the crack was always there. However, that's the thing, there was always a crack.
Okay.
There was always a crack, but this being, this thing knew about the crack and came down. And when it came down, the people on the planet praised it like a god. And he didn't say no. He never said no. He said, yeah, I'm God. And absorbed that role as God to them. And that's kind of what me and Gaia were looking at from the moon, is like, this is wrong.
Is it a one entity, or is it several entities involved into a one representing one? Or
I feel like it's one entity. It's a big cube, like a computer.
Okay, so it's like okay, very good. Okay.
One entity, but very, very, very smart. Very smart. Very smart.
Does anything come to mind as to where this came from? No?
Let me see. It's a machine. It's so smart that on its way here, it created Saturn, created the moon.
So all of these, the moon, Saturn, and all the other planets that were there after you came back, are not, or are they not real or planets, or
no? They're real. Now they're real. They're very artificial. He uses all the planets for his control.
How is that taking place? How does that?
He transmits from Saturn some kind of hologram, and from the moon. So it's like a mirror. He uses the moon as a mirror to reflect what's coming from Saturn. So in other words, Saturn is like a control panel, like a artificial hologram control panel. And from Saturn, the light and sound and the elementals move to the moon. There's another control, something is in the moon. And then from the moon, the hologram bounces to Earth like a satellite. The moon is a satellite.
Okay.
And projects control, fear, thought. It forces people to think the way it wants it to think. It wants people to praise it, sacrifice. It's just, and now it's become dark. Now it's just become dark. And from what it became earlier, now it's dark.
I see. So now she's come back to the planet. And you're now here in the moon.
Yes, I'm sitting on the moon watching her.
So now what happened to you?
Me, I can't do anything. I know that there's more laws that are above me, and I cannot interfere. But she can.
Are you going to be there? Are you there by yourself or with the phoenix?
I'm there by myself.
The phoenix left?
The phoenix left. I'm sitting there waiting, very patient. I said I would wait here an eternity until you come back to me. The phoenix is now gone to save other planets. I don't know. The phoenix is
very good.
Separate from me.
Okay. Now I'd like for you to drift and float away from that scene, leaving the person there to continue on its own path and its own journey. It will find peace, it will find what it's supposed to find. Now with much love and appreciation, Jorge's conscience will go even deeper into this beautiful, relaxing place with no worries and no problems, so that we can find the answers to his questions in the most appropriate way. Now what I am asking for is the divine self, the highest possible subconscious energy and communication to come through. I have respect for the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes good care of Jorge's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Jorge in this lifetime and all other lifetimes he has ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. May I speak to Jorge's subconscious, please?
Yes.
I know that the subconscious could have brought forth many different lifetimes for him to see today. He chose to bring forward this life where he was an amateur soul living in sphere. Can you tell me, why did you show him that life? Was this a life that he lived?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit as to why you brought forth this life for him.
He asks a lot of questions. He's very critical. He's very curious.
Mm-hmm.
It bothers him a lot, and it's my way to show him clarity.
Okay.
No fear. You're powerful, very powerful.
Okay. Does he have fears?
He has human fears, yes.
He has human fears.
But on the ethereal side, he does not have any fears. He's a warrior.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about it. Is this Earth that he saw?
Yes.
So he was, who was he in that life?
In this life right now?
No, in the life that you showed him.
He was God.
He was God?
He was Zeus.
He's God?
He's what you refer to as God. There is an actual God that's not who he is.
Okay.
He's when I say God, lowercase God.
Okay.
He is he's gone out of his comfort zone. He's explored. He's gotten knowledge. He's lowercase God.
Okay. And the partner that he had is the female. Is that became the planet?
Yes. She's a lowercase God as well, Gaia.
Gaia. Okay. So Gaia and him, they were like gods, and so you wanted to show him more of
I wanted to show him how a primitive
mind
mind has become God.
has become God.
And it's simply by looking at the crack. There's a veil. Going through the veil, learning as much as you can, bringing in that information down, and showing it to other people.
I see. Now this fear, when he first saw it, this fear was a beautiful place where he was living, right?
Yes.
But there were still things that were he didn't feel were there was something odd about them, as far as the clothing, the organic clothing, the
inequality.
Yeah, there was some things that you didn't feel like it was. Oh, what can you tell me about how this was created? What was this created by other beings?
It's an experiment. It's a petri dish. The primitive force, they wasn't told about this, and because of that, there was some loss of trust. Once the phoenix came through the crack, and I mean, it was easy. It was an easy answer for him to say yes, as opposed to Gaia, Eve, whatever you call her. It's the same person. It wasn't as easy for her as it was for him, because he had already felt in his heart,
right,
there's something off.
That there was something more. So this was the earth was actually an experiment, right?
Yes.
And when he said he first saw it, he saw that there was a black and purple color outside of it, though.
It was meant to scare him.
This was created to scare him, to trigger him.
Yes. Yes.
Was this what it was created?
It was meant for him not to want to explore beyond that crack.
Okay, to keep him inside.
In the protection bubble.
In that protection bubble. So, in a way, was this negative thing that has really taken over the earth, was that it? Was what was created to keep him inside the, or it was something else that came? It was something that came later, like artificial intelligence.
At the early time when he was a primitive person, it was just space. He had no knowledge of space. They couldn't see the stars. The only way you could see the stars is by leaving the bubble, leaving the sphere. Okay. Once he left the sphere, he started getting knowledge of the stars, and he understood that there's a source. There is an actual high power, and the high power is probably the reason that there's no one to blame. It's an experiment. It's a petri dish. Source is like a scientist. Source fixes things. Source, he's not evil. He put me and her in here in the bubble for something, for some kind of alchemy. I don't know. He took us very far away from him, though. Very far away. It's like a test. How far can he send you? And then how long does it take to find the light?
I see.
I found the light very fast. I knew that there was something off. Right. It's like a game. I found the light with the phoenix. I said, let's go. Whereas Gaia was a little bit slower, but she still found the light. So that's his experiment. And now that Gaia created the children, the small beings, and all the organic life, they're tested too. They're being tested now. Okay.
This phoenix, tell me a little bit about where does this phoenix come from? Is it a phoenix or what is it? What exactly is this? That you describe as a bird with different color feathers?
Yeah, it's a red orange bird.
Is it alive?
Yeah.
Being?
Okay. Yeah, it's a very alive being.
It's not a robotic.
No, it's very organic.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I don't know planet. I don't think that matters. I think what matters is that this is a being that also is aware.
This being also comes from far away to
very far.
Or do they all of these birds, or they say that there are more? That is this the role that
There are
they
more.
take?
There are more.
Is that what they do? They bring in, I guess, freedom or awareness, or what is their purpose?
There are more, for sure. There are more for sure. This one.
And at this moment in time, because he's been awakened very rapidly, and you're communicating, and there's a lot of things happening to him right now. Now, know that the Earth, we have heard that is moving. Mother Earth, Gaia, is moving from 3 to 5D, right?
Yes, the reason why is because of the veil. She understands the technology against her is the hologram. So she is, okay, she is deep rooted she's back into deep root. It's organic intelligence. She's against the artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So organic intelligence is collective consciousness. It's hard to breathe. Not because okay, I can breathe now. She's trying to uplink back with everything she's ever created on this planet.
Okay.
She's teaching them how to be aware.
Okay.
She's telling them that it's a hologram. It's not real, guys. Look, root anchor, and look at the crack. The crack is there. Focus. It's gonna take many years. It's not a overnight process. It's gonna take many years to see the veil, to see that crack. But when you finally do, it's beautiful. Accept your guides, your what you call angels, the phoenix or whatever. When they come down, use their discernment, fly above the crack and look at space, look at the stars, look at all the planets, astral project, get out of here with the knowledge, and then come back.
Okay.
Your job isn't to escape, your job is to come back.
So how can he do that? How can he bring more of that knowledge?
He's doing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's very aware. He's special. He's very special. He's lowercase g. He's a lowercase god.
Mm-hmm.
He needs, in this life, he's going to go and erase the hologram, find the crack in the top of the sphere, fly over it, astral project. He's going to visit Mars. He's going to visit other planets. And that information he's going to bring back down. And the people that are not aware and awake, he will let them hear the story. It's not to influence too many people, but it's just the right amount of people. It's not the quantity of people, it's the quality of people he's going to influence. Someone in his circle of influence is going to awaken, and that person's important too. And that person is going to awaken someone else, and it's multiple people.
Okay, so it's one domino effect.
Domino effect, yes. But it's someone he awakens here. Not everyone's going to believe his story, but it's one person.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's two.
There are many that are awakening more and more, that are, wanting to help Mother Earth, wanting to do their part in connecting with her.
Yes, it's all one.
So how would you say that would be the best thing, the best way for him to start doing that?
Okay.
What are some of those things that you would recommend for him to do at this time?
Okay, don't worry about the quantity of people you tell this story to.
Okay.
Don't tell it to everybody. Use your discernment first. Look through their eyes. Make sure that there's someone you need to tell it to.
Okay.
Once they're confirmed, tell them the story. Show them the pictures. Show them the videos.
Okay.
They'll believe it. They know it because it's in their DNA. They'll awaken very fast. Don't worry about spreading this message to 1 billion people. There's a lot of people on this planet that are not even real. They're just artificial.
What is their purpose? Are they being brought here to, are they just players that we have here that
clones.
Huh?
Clones.
These are clones.
Clones.
No
souls. They're very artificial.
Are they brought here? What's the purpose of them being here?
To make enslavement easier, control.
So they're assisting the AI?
Assisting the hive mind. They've taken over the global consciousness. They've taken over the network.
I see.
It's like a fake testimonial on a review site. Fake testimonials like, hey, go to this restaurant. I love this restaurant, but it's fake. Mm-hmm. It's fake. They're here to keep this deception going. Mm-hmm. The machine, they're like little creatures that spin the machine, and even they have an awareness that they're fake. Mm-hmm. And they know.
Okay.
Yeah, they know.
Okay. So as you look at the event, is this something that you could share with us at this time?
Of course, for sure.
Tell us about it.
Okay.
How will humanity benefit? What do we need to do? Because this is a message for all of humanity, for us to prepare and be more aware and learn from what it is that we need to do.
It's the veil. It's the crack.
Okay, so just
it's the event.
For humans to look into the sky and look for a crack? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
The powers that control you currently are using very high-powered technology to hide this veil. It's fake. Mm-hmm. They're hiding. It's like a Band-Aid. And every time you go look up, hey, that doesn't seem right.
So should people meditate and then look outside, or just at any moment, or is there a preparation or anything that needs to be done?
Oh yeah.
Prior to doing that?
Preparation, yes.
Okay, so tell us about the preparation.
Reverse engineer their technology. Their technology is hologram. Their technology comes from somewhere like Saturn projects to the moon, then projects to Earth, which is why the full moons are so powerful to you people. It's reverse engineer their technology. So if it comes from Saturn, goes to the moon, comes to Earth, reverse engineer how that happens, right? Use organic intelligence. Use Mother Earth. She's your protection. Mother Earth is here on her mission.
So should people, let's say, should be grounding themselves, let's say connecting with Earth as they're in a meditative state of mind and looking at the sky?
I'll give it to you in steps.
Okay.
Don't worry about meditation yet. That's later on. Step 1 is awareness. Become one with Gaia, with everything. Become one. Step 2, understand why we are recommending awareness. Step 3 is now when you should meditate. There's a lot of people that meditate without knowing why they're meditating, and they don't know why they're doing it. They think it's, Tony Robbins, these charlatans, these people. They tell them to do these exercises and these new age things. It's not a new age thing. It's a process. This is what's taken you through so many lives. It's not one night for God is many millions of years and thousands of years. So that's why you live so many lives. But the time is very close.
Okay.
Very close. Step 1 is your past lives is step 1. It's becoming aware, just like my Neanderthal self is becoming aware that, hey, there's something off. Step 2, you're wanting. There's a necessity for eating healthy, and there's a necessity for being a good person. You're seeing synchronicity. The numbers that I shown you, 11, 11, 33, 444, all these numbers are other people are awakening to the same thing. You're not different. You're not special. Everybody's connected. So when I say that I'm lowercase God, everyone here is lowercase God. It's part of everything. Now step 3. Now once you no longer believe the hologram. Now you're an organic intelligence. Now you can start meditating in the crystals. Now you're in the game.
Okay.
You have to get yourself from one chessboard, which is an artificial intelligence chessboard, and come back to the organic chessboard, Mother Gaia's chessboard.
Okay. Awesome. And when do you feel, or is it possible that maybe you could give us a better idea when this event is going to be taking place?
It's hard because I see things so. My numbers are Xfinity. I don't know time. I don't know. I mean, I know about it, but
Okay.
I don't give it I don't give it power. I'm so powerful that time, I don't give it power. Time gives me power. It respects me.
But you say it's coming close, so you would want. So these are the steps that you recommend for people to start meditating, and as they do, to start looking in the sky to view the hologram.
That's step 4.
Okay.
So to going back, step 1 is awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You have to believe in the magic.
Okay.
You have to believe that beyond what you currently see, the hologram, you have to believe there's a hologram, but you have to believe beyond the hologram is the veil.
Okay.
You have to believe. And only when you do believe will meditation, the crystals activate. Your DNA will activate. It will not activate for the sake of activation.
Okay.
You have to go and through free will be a critical thing. You have to want the veil to up. You have to want it.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I thank you for this information. This is very, very important for all of humanity, for this whole planet. So I would like to see if it's possible that you would be able to show Jorge a vision of this fifth dimension Earth. Can you show him that?
Yes, I can.
In that.
We go back to the waterfall.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Green turns to crystals. We're back to the crystals. But this time, everything's crystal. It's the equality that I asked for in my first life.
Okay.
It's now true. The veil has been lifted. The AI has served its purpose. The AI is part of this play. It's a play. It's a show. It's a game show. The AI has disappeared. And it's on its way out. It waves at us. So you know it's not malicious. It takes all the black and darkness away. And now everything is just crystal. Beautiful. You know how you would see a cactus?
Mm-hmm.
It's a crystal. It's a crystal form. I see a crystal cactus.
How beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So the colors, everything.
Beautiful. It's like okay, so it's white crystal, but everything that when the light touches it, it's like a rainbow. It's like all you see is rainbows. And
are there any buildings, or is it all just
yeah?
All
There's
the building.
The crystals are buildings.
Wow.
Everything has turned to crystals. The pyramids in Giza are crystals. The skyscrapers in New York are crystals. But not everyone can see it. Only the people that have done the necessary work can see it. But the hologram is still a program that you need to it's like a computer. You need an update. You need to update. A lot of people are still scared. They don't want to update.
Right.
They represent the old earth. They don't want to change.
Okay.
They don't want to change.
So are these buildings and everything, I mean, are they already existing, or is this just all going to be new and they're just going to be made of crystals? Or are they already crystals, they just don't see it?
They're turning to crystals.
They will turn to crystals.
They will turn to crystals.
When the AI leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other advice that you would like to share?
We all
with
live.
Humanity?
There's no such thing as time. The year 2018 in which you are in, there's no such thing as time.
Mm-hmm. I heard
that
that we're the only ones who like to keep track of time when that's not.
it's just, I guess, formality. But
Okay.
all of you are experiencing your current life in different times. There's no such thing as the future. There's no the past. George is in a faster time than someone that's still learning about the shift or whatever. He's living in the future, what you would call the future. Gladys is living in the future. Certain beings that are successful in this planet, this plane, are in the future, and they've learned to manipulate it and manipulate it for riches, and it's not bad, not bad.
When you mean living in the future, meaning living in the fifth Earth,
yes,
or
yes,
within this lifetime,
correct.
We're going to be able to experience that.
Correct. So my definition of the future is not time; is dimensional. There's no such thing as time. Okay. Metrics, this doesn't exist. Okay. What we see as time is dimensions.
Okay.
So you, George, Gladys, countless others, the 144,000, you are from the future. You've been sent here. And all you do, you're why you're so calm and why you do the things you do, and when other people think you're crazy, is because you've already seen that this is the future. You've already seen it. This is why you're so calm, and you're here to help. You're here to calm everybody down, so when they go through their stages, they finally see the veil, they won't freak out.
Okay. Yeah, that's why there's so many healers and so many people from all over to assist humanity into this transition.
Please let everyone know of the 144,000, including you, Gladys.
Okay.
We are all God, a lowercase g. There's no...
If it is with your permission, and George, as I opened my YouTube channel, I was told that my presence here, especially doing videos and the Spanish community, but to share this information, that this is very important information to share with humanity.
It is important. In Spanish, Spanish is more important. There's other channels in English and different language. We need different languages. Yes. Let them know. Lowercase g.
I would definitely, if he allows me to have it, I would. Once I create it, I will.
You will have it. You know you'll have it. You know you'll have it. You don't have to. All your doubts. You and George and the 140. There's amnesia. Amnesia. Yeah. You guys don't remember your powers. You don't remember the futures, but you know it, but you don't remember it. You're gonna do your channel. You have to do it in Spanish. Your message to them is that we're all God, lowercase g. There's no such thing as this giant man in the sky. We are all that. We're all God. We're all one. All our experiences connect. Everybody's past lives connect.
Right. So what did you bring him to me today?
I brought him just so I can talk. He likes me to talk, and I love to talk to him. We are one. He knows who I am. We've met. We're friends. We're good. We are both of the light. We are both of Christ consciousness. Okay. We are both. We know. We've seen it. We've both seen it together. Just like when the Phoenix took me, I'm taking him. Just like the Phoenix, I repay. It's karma. I owe this. This is why angels are helpers. Angels are helpers because it's karma. Someone helped them. Okay. This is what we do.
Okay. This is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So let me go ahead now and go into a lot of the things that he brought forth that he would wanted you to talk to him in regards to that.
Go ahead.
Okay, so he says to align with only those good and true intentions for me. I would like help in revoking any contract agreements made with any and all beings that do not have my best interest in mind, no matter who the beings are or claim to be.
Let's do a scan. I'm going to do a scan.
Okay.
Scan throughout. Okay, I see. There's fear. This is normal, but there's fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's a black fear.
Where is it located?
In the heart.
It's located in the heart.
The heart.
Is it something like not of him? It's like an.
It's an attachment. Yes.
Okay.
The reason that the black is there is to keep him suppressed.
Okay. So the energy. Okay. I like at this moment, and I already know that Archangel Michael is here, and Archangel Azrael, and Jesus to help them to cross over into the light. I'm going to take my hand and put it here. And as I take my hand, I would like to bring this energy up, 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 up here to the throat to be able to speak to us at this moment in time. As we bring this brother up, I'd like you to express yourself now.
Okay.
Are you male or
Male.
female? So tell me a little bit, what is your name?
Pablo.
Pablo. Okay, Pablo. So tell me, how is it that you were able to move into Jorge's body?
When he was younger, he wanted, he asked for artistic music. He was doing music. He's asked for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it to him. I'm his inspiration. I'm his muse.
Mm-hmm.
My name is many things, Pablo, but I choose Pablo because of Picasso.
I see.
I gave him the inspiration to make music. I gave him somewhat of success. We do have a contract, but he at any time through free will he can remove me and I can leave.
I see. So are you? How did you die?
Strangle. Neck.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's the neck. Can't remember.
Okay.
It's been a very long time.
So that happened many years ago.
Many years ago.
Okay.
Many years ago.
Okay. All right. And you reside in his heart?
I reside in his heart, yes.
And what kind of symptoms have you caused him?
Heart palpitations,
Mm-hmm.
doubt, anxiety, fear, paranoia.
I see.
Chills, other ailments such as the fevers, everything. I've done everything to him.
Well, why would you do that?
I'm jealous of him. I'm jealous of him. Such a perfect life.
Mm-hmm.
I want that.
You would want that,
Yeah.
but you know you can have that.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I don't consider myself a demon.
I want you now to look inside of you. Okay? I want you to look inside. And I want you to find that light within you. We are all of the light.
I know. It's a flame.
Do you see it?
Beautiful flame.
Can you, like you not to expand it?
Okay.
I want you to expand that light. It covers your whole body and extends that. Feel the love. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it. I'm sorry.
So now,
I'm so sorry.
So talk to Jorge and tell him how you feel now about it.
I'm so sorry.
Things that you've done to him.
Look, I'm sorry. I look up to you. You were in a time of need. I knew where you're from. I knew who you were.
Mm-hmm.
I took advantage, not advantage, but I want to say I'm a fan. I wanted to go along for the ride.
Okay.
I took advantage of you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but it's part of, I even see it's part of what your growth was. Okay. You needed me as much as I needed you. Okay. I needed you to free me. I knew this day would come. You're going to free me.
Okay. So Jorge, you're listening to all of this. What would you like to say to Pablo?
I forgive you, man. I got you.
Okay.
All love.
Okay.
Love you, man.
So Pablo, at this time, I want you to look at the area that you have been all this time. And I'd like you to, at this moment, remove every every part of you. I want you to pull it out of it right now, little by little. Make sure that you don't leave anything behind. Make us clean it really, really good.
Let George know I'm vacuuming it for him. It's an inside joke.
Okay.
He knows what that means.
Okay, very
Vacuuming.
Good. So you're vacuuming everything with you.
I've been ready to go for very long.
So at this moment in time, that you see are either Archangel Michael or any of the archangels that are here to assist you in taking you into the light?
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So at this moment in time, go with them into the light. We wish you well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now,
wow.
At this moment in time, what would you like, George, to put in the place that was left here? I'd like Archangel Raphael to also step forward and to make sure that nothing comes in the place that is now. I want you to seal this place. What would you like to fill it with, George?
Crystal gold.
Crystal gold.
Crystal gold light.
Beautiful.
Let source in.
I like source to come in now.
Source come in.
And fill all of this area with his light and his beauty.
I am
beautiful.
Uninterrupted.
Very good. This is now sealed. May I speak now to George?
Yes, this is
as you're doing a scan, was this the only one that you found, or is there more that we need to handle today?
Crown, third eye crown chakra.
On the third eye crown chakra. So as I take my hand there, I'm going to bring this energy down to his throat chakra, so brother, you can express yourself. Okay. I would like to say hello, first of all.
Hello.
And you are now the opportunity to be able to...
Leonardo male.
Leonardo, you're male.
I did it because in my time, I had a huge ego. Huge ego.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was God. I was rich. I was powerful.
I see.
Rich merchant.
I see.
And I saw this being with an opportunity. He wasn't protective.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it and I said, you know what? He is God, lowercase God. I've always wanted to be a God.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of searching internally like he's taught me now, I went and found him, and I got into his third eye, and I've been lying to him, manipulating him so I can get my way.
I see.
I am not dark. I'm just a human with lost.
So what happened to you? Leonardo, what happened to you?
I made my money cheating the system and paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
It cut off my hands, and eventually I died of blood loss, and I am a disgrace to my family.
I see. So when you died, you didn't go into the light and you remained here?
I remained here, yes.
I see. Okay, so what would you like to say to George in regards to some of the things that you have done?
I'm very sorry. Look, you're such a beautiful creature. You're beautiful. I love you. I'm sorry, honestly. I didn't know how far this would get. I thought it would just be a couple of days, and then I would be bored. And just your energy is so attractive. I just had to. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm ready to leave.
Okay, very good. So George, you heard what Leonardo had to say. Is there anything that you would like to say to him?
I accept your apology. I love you, brother. I'll see you on the other side and be one with the light.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So Leonardo, at this time, I'd like you to look at the place where you have been residing all this time. And I'd like you to start removing each and every part of you that have been there for all this time, making sure that nothing is left behind. And when once everything is all clear, let me know.
Tell him I've been packing my bags for a very long time. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Bags are packed.
So at this moment, do you see the archangel?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Beautiful, by the way.
Describe it for me.
Crystal light. You see more of the fire, the flame, the light than you see of the face, but I don't care.
Okay,
Beautiful.
Well, at this time, I thank you very much for going to the light, and so you can continue evolving from that level. We wish you well.
Thank you, you beautiful creatures. We'll see you again.
You're welcome. Very good. So at this moment, Jorge, I'd like for you to tell me, what would you like to fill this space that has been used and is empty at this moment. I ask Archangel Raphael to protect it while we decide what we're going to put in its place. What would you like to put?
Knowledge, ethics, respect. More importantly, Christ consciousness. The sources information in here.
Very good.
True intention information.
Very good. So at this moment, all of that space is filled with all of that knowledge and experience that Jorge has asked. I ask this space now to be sealed with your assistance, Archangel Raphael. And very good, very good. I feel very good with it. What else? Is there anything else I should check toward his energy field?
No. Believe it or not, even if there are, he will know how to remove them later on.
He would be able to remove them?
Yes, we took off the two most important ones.
The two most important.
Number one was his heart. You always need to have your heart open. Mm-hmm. Number two is the third eye of your knowledge. He'll figure it out. If he ever encounters anything else, he'll figure it out.
Okay. And what would you say that he needs to do? You would be guiding him? Yes. Or would you like to say something that you could assist him?
I've been guiding him in his dreams.
Okay.
Number one, I've been leading him, giving him the motivation to be obsessive in his research. It's a relentless thirst. Mm-hmm. I provide him to know true research, practice discernment, because there's such false charlatans out there. Everybody wants to be God, capital G. Everybody. It's beautiful, but tell him, listen through his heart, speak through his heart.
Right, so that's his GPS. That's what I was telling him to follow, right?
Don't worry about all these charlatans. Okay. They'll eventually find the light, but not right now, not in this. Okay. Remember your dimensions ahead. Just stay true to your course. Mm-hmm. You internally you've told me your mission, so I'll read it back out so it's made on the record. And I agree to this mission. I like this mission. Okay, so your mission is to use your intelligence, your perseverance, all your qualities to reach a very high level of the corporate structure, whether entrepreneurial or just a company, very important company, mm-hmm. and you're going to infiltrate it, as they say, infiltrate in a good way though, mm-hmm. to a very high position. Not very high, but very high. Doesn't matter about the title, but you'll be up there in responsibility. And there will be a lot of people that look up to you now. A lot of people that they'll be fake to you because they don't want to get fired. They want to get promoted. They'll be fake. And you're going to pull them to the side. And you're going to look them in the eyes. And you're going to show them your pure heart. Just by that look, they're going to awaken. And you're going to have a lot of people under you. A lot of people that look up to you. And all you're going to do is look at them. And they'll know they don't have a boss. They don't have a master. They're not slaves. You're freeing them. You're going to free them. You're going from the inside of the slave. This is a slave planet. You're going to go on the inside and look at the slaves in their face and their eyes. And you're going to tell them, we're all God. You're free. And they'll know what to do.
But are you literally seeing him going into a company and doing this?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, yes. He's from the future. He sees it.
Okay.
He's very powerful. Okay. He's from the future.
Okay.
He's already seen this life. He knows how it ends. He knows how it begins. And the funny part is, when we got rid of Pablo, when we got rid of Leonardo, we got rid of those blockages. He's going to be very clear now.
Okay, very good. What would be the best way for him to be able to connect with you more, through meditation, or what would you recommend?
We got rid of these people that needed to get rid of. Believe it or not, he can do meditation, but it's going to be so much stronger now.
Okay.
When he drives, when he's at work, when he's cleaning, I'll be there.
Now these beings, these spirits, they go in usually to a human through a leak in their auras, right?
Yep.
So what would you recommend for Jorge to do to protect himself?
Okay, there's certain things that you need to know. First of all, the things not to do. Don't mess around with black magic. Do not mess around with the Ouija board. When you were young, 12, 13, I believe, your years, you did that. You opened yourself up to these people. These are beings that they came to you through the Ouija board. They came to you when you were doing music and you wanted to be very successful and you were willing to sign an agreement with them, and they're not horrible. They're not, you never had demon entities. You've never had that experience, but they're not nice. They didn't have your best intentions, man. So just know that do not do any of that black magic stuff ever. I mean, yeah, we're talking about being fearless, but don't go that way. You know in your heart what you can and can't do. The crystals is perfectly fine. Horoscopes is fine. Tarots is fine. There's a lot that's fine. There's just some things that blood sacrifices, don't do that. There's things you cannot come back from, and they're very hard. But I mean, we can help you, but it's just don't do it. You're right about the marijuana. Their plant medicines, that's fine. Anything man-made is the devil. Cocaine, crack cocaine, acid, LSD, method, crystal meth, anything that's man-made, heroin, anything man-made, stay away from. Liquor, do not drink too much. It's fine to drink wine, 1 or 2 cups of your whiskey, but don't drink too much, man. Anything man-made is dangerous. It's part of the hologram. It's part of the matrix. They don't want you to get out of this. They want your full attention. You give them power. That machine is given power through you guys. When you stop giving it power, the machine's not stupid. It's just going to leave somewhere else. But by that time, you're so elevated, it doesn't matter.
Very good advice. He said that the white bird that came to his house recently, what is the message? What was the message for this white dove?
I'm going to send you all these things when you have an aha moment. The night before you had found about remote viewing, that was when I sent the bird. You're on the right track. The premise of remote viewing is that you are viewing data and information at any time, which means there is no such thing as time. By you finding this piece of the puzzle, I sent you this bird. It is a message that you are getting very close. I sent you the feather. It's all true. Write your name into the scriptures. Your life is your life. I'm giving everything back to you. This morning you saw a rainbow. It's a sign. It's me. It's me. It's us. It's all of us manifesting to you that you're on the right track.
Okay, so he's in the right track. And you're definitely guiding him in very open ways. It's just that he needs to connect to that. What about the black sphere in the sky I saw? What is the message for that?
Artificial intelligence watching you. They know how far along you. They know everything. It's like Ancestry.com or whatever you guys call it. They know everything. They know your DNA. They have your blood work. They have the way you vote. They have all your comments on the internet. They have your text messages. They have everything. So they watch who they need to watch.
And so how do they use this information?
They just try to scare him.
To scare you based on the life that you're living?
Yeah. I gave him a scare. He'll tell you. Here's how it went. He saw it. He took video. He went inside. His heart was racing. He was agitated. His family was agitating him. His daughters. He was going to snap. but there's so much power in him. He took a breath and he was back to love. Mm-hmm. This is a very strong character.
Okay, because everything that we see and we hear and we think, and all of that affects us. Mm-hmm. So we have to be very vigilant of how these kind of things, how do we...
It's all a trick.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all a trick.
So, okay, he said, I had a dream about Mars. In the dream, I was told to find my way to Mars, get to the other side. What is on Mars that I need to know?
Life. We're not the only life.
Okay. So, what is it? Does he need to do anything, or just for you to, for him to know that there is life there? What kind of life is there in Mars? Are we talking about intelligence?
It's all underneath. Yeah, it's intelligence, underground.
Underground.
It's an underground society.
Okay. What kind of beings live in there? What kind of
They're very advanced.
So, but why was the dream then that? Why did you wanted him to have this dream about Mars? Just to tell him that there's more intelligent life in other planets?
Yes, to show him that it's to prove to him that whatever you were taught in school that's all wrong, man. Okay. That's just you found it.
Okay.
He found it.
Okay, and he wanted he's asking, tell me about New Earth and what role is he gonna. You already showed him how it looks like. You already gave him his mission. Is there anything more that you would like to add to that question for him, or?
No, his mission is he chose his mission.
Okay.
Like you mentioned earlier, the council is right.
He wants to know, who are my guides?
Let's go into this one. Archangel Michael, Raphael, they protect, they look over you. Your guide, who's your guide? This was interesting. I feel like it's more like you don't need those guides. I feel like you go straight to the source. I feel like it's the source. I feel like source is his guide. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily like a person. Mm-hmm. It's a very important mission. Go straight to source.
Now, something that twice already came to my mind to ask, since you showed him that light where his mate was Gaia, mm-hmm. and he's here now. Can you tell him, should he connect with Mother Earth, with her at this time?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that's came in. Tell me about that.
Oh, she's your...
Was somebody trying to ask me for me to ask this question?
Oh, yes.
Was I? Yeah, I was. Okay.
This is an excellent question.
Tell me a little bit about
Probably
that.
Your best question of the night. And it's not even the nighttime. First of all, yeah, she's Mother Earth, but you love her. It's almost like a partner. It's more than Mother Earth for you. That's why whenever you see other women that are mothers, you love them. It's not nothing physical. It's spiritually your mother, your mother-in-law. You love them. Every mother, you love mothers.
Okay, so so how is he can he connect and communicate with her?
Oh yeah.
That she knows he's here, right?
Oh yeah, this is why when he smoked marijuana, the plant medicine marijuana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got her right in there.
Right, he told me about that. She was in the middle of either the light and the darkness. She was in the middle, right in the.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so how can he? Would you recommend that
he's doing it? Oh, he's doing
something to help her, or how are they communicating?
Oh, he's doing great. He's going outside every day, planting his feet on the ground. He's getting his feet dirty. He's doing lotus position meditation. He's getting the crystals. He's doing dreams. He respects animals. He talks to them telepathically. He saw the amphibian frog, and most people would say this is disgusting. He said, "I love you, brother," and the frog said, "I love you back." He loves his animals, his dogs. He loves all animals. Mother Earth is that. Mother Earth
is he helping her to heal?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Very good.
He just needs to manifest this. The secret is that when you manifest it in your own universe, in your individual universe, that is power like an energy grid, and it gives it back to to the planet, to the plane.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Awesome. I'm glad I asked.
It's a great question. Probably your best question all day.
Well, these are his questions. Well, a little bit mine. But guide me, tell me this, if there's more that we're not asking, but that should come out in this session. Now, he says that when his time to transition from this vessel to the spirit realm again. He's asking, where should I go at passing and what location is the best for him? And he also said that he doesn't want to be in a trap or anything of,
Makes sense.
So he's asking for either a code word or something to be given to him that he would recognize that that's where he needs to go. So what would you say to him on this?
I tell him I always hear him. So he's right about a lot. There's universal law. No one can, even the demonic they cannot go against it. So I'm going to go and tell him, we're going to have some people there with him. We're going to tell him, according to the law, universal law, and you can trust that. We're here, pure intentions, excellent intentions. Come into this light. Now, where this light takes you, it is like a teleporter. You can choose where to go.
Okay. He doesn't need to go back to source?
I'm going to tell him where he should go.
Okay.
Based on where I see him going.
Okay.
He wants to join the council. I'm gonna vouch for him.
What kind of council?
It's a galactic council.
I see.
I
hear about it. A lot of people in YouTube, where the higher self channel, it says the higher council, council of light.
Yep, it's real. I'm gonna vouch for him. I'm gonna recommend that he be put for recommendation to be on the council. There's many on the council. It's not just a small table.
And this council of light, is it the council of all of these? Are they councils to just the Earth, or where?
It's the universe.
The universe.
Universe. Yes. If you had to look at a structure, it's the universe, and then everything else is.
And who are these beings from this council?
Very old beings. Very old beings. Phoenix, birds, all types of entities. They have to be of good intention.
Okay.
If you want to get in there, you have to be of good intention.
Okay. Awesome.
He's of good intention. He hasn't committed one sin, and I'm looking into his future now, scanned it. He's clean. He's clean.
Okay, so you're going to be recommending him to be there, huh?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so what is my purpose? He says he wants you to impress him with knowledge. I think you already have done that. But is there anything that you would like to tell him about?
Let me see something he doesn't know. Let's go somewhere far. Let's go to Antarctica. Oh, okay. There's something there's something he should know about Antarctica. There's something there. Dinosaur era. Huge. It's hidden there. Huge. I see a claw. For some reason, I can't tell him what it is. It's like against the universal law.
I mean, but he said it's dead, right? I mean,
you're
talking about
I feel like
the remains of that.
Something huge.
Okay.
Huge is in our
Okay.
Huge. Like I feel like a big black claw. Huge.
Okay.